Hey everyone, welcome to Good Talk Josh. This is an awesome episode. I got the chance to sit down with a neighbor of mine that I've been neighbors with for a long time and really got to get to know each other. This is so much fun. He is a veteran and deals with some PTSD, and he's an author of a book, The Mourn Mine, that talks about his struggles with PTSD. And here we are in November, coming up on Veterans Day. This is a very personal story for him, and something that I feel is a beneficial conversation to have and to remember what Veterans Day is. It's not just a weekend where you can get 0% financing on your bedroom furniture. You actually have the chance on this here podcast to listen to someone's story and the struggles they dealt with multiple deployments in Iraq and Kuwait and all that jazz. This episode is brought to you by Latham Real Estate Unlimited. Jeff and his crew are doing an amazing job. You've heard me talk about them a bunch. They are buying up properties. They're selling properties. They can help you get your property ready for sale. Get a hold of him if you're even just want to put your foot in dip your toe in the pool of real estate. If you're looking to even thinking about selling or whatnot, he can guide you on how to better prep your property to get the most bang for your buck. Sometimes investing a couple $1,000s into dressing your house up is going to gain you tens of thousands of dollars in resale. They have the crew that can do that. So get a hold of Jeff. His number is 425-345-4920. You can text or call that number and they can take care of some stuff. Let's get back in. Okay, the other sponsor I have this week, and I'm really excited about this, is the Arlington Turkey Trot 5K on Thanksgiving Day. That's Thursday, November 23rd. If you sign up, the website is turkeytrot5k.itsyourrace.com/register. Go to that website. I'll put a link in the show notes on this podcast. So if you click on the image here, it'll be right there in front of your face. Hi, buddy. If you sign up for this, it's a 5K, 3 miles, quick run. It's going to be a fun time. It's a good way to get your stuffing before you fill up on stuffing. But if you put in Blogit, that's BLOG space IT, I'm going to give you $5 off the registration. This is an awesome time. You're going to get to run a little bit. I got to give my son a tubby. Can you hear this? We're going to get a tubby, buddy. Hold on. Daddy's got to do this thing for the podcast. Do you like Daddy's podcast? Do you like listening to him in the car? Do you like giving Daddy high fives? High fives? Nice. That's a strawberry, buddy. Yeah, it's a good strawberry. So listen to my kids. They want you to come out here to the itsyourrace.com register. Come out and join me. We're going to have some fun. I heard some rumors that there's going to be some Zumba out there. There's probably going to be a few frozen turkeys hidden on the trail somewhere that if you find, you carry for the race, you get to bring them home. You can get your money back in no problem just by going out and finding a turkey. I'll be out there. Come say hi. And please register with the Blogit. code. They want to know how effective these commercials are, and I want to prove to these guys that I have a little bit of a following. So if you have just an hour of time to give Thanksgiving morning, come out and do this thing. All the proceeds of this race go to the Arlington Food Bank to help out families in need. So you get exercise, you get to help the community, and you get to make yourself feel a little bit better by getting exercise in the morning, and then go home, stuff yourself, and watch the Cowboys play some football. Third sponsor is Northstar Security. This is a really cool option out there to set up some video cameras in your house, catch people stealing your Amazon Prime shit off your doorstep. Put that stuff on Facebook, give it a screenshot. You can get free installation. You can get, hi honey. You can get, it's a really good program to get into. Email me at, Jesus Christ, I gotta go take care of the kids. goodtalkjosh@icloud.com. I will give you some reference codes to get into this Northstar Security, where you can get free installation, free house assessment, awesome shit going down. Please get a hold of me and let's hook this up. Anyway, listen to Cy. This is a PTSD edition of the podcast, and takes a little bit of a fun turn at the end, but believe me, it's worth it. Listen to the end. It's awesome. Thank you.
I've been my neighbor for like 5 years.
Yeah.
And I kind of know you.
Yeah. I know you guys are good neighbors.
Yeah, I know you guys are too.
You're nice neighbors.
The one thing I do know is what I want to hear about is your military experience.
Okay.
That's something to me that's fascinating. It's November. We're coming up on Veterans Day and shit, and I know like there's a lot of your history revolves around that. So
yeah.
Where did you go to high school?
I went to high school in Rawlins, Wyoming.
Wyoming.
Yeah. And the funny thing about that is I really didn't have a direction once I graduated. Well, let me back up. I barely graduated high school because I just didn't have the grades. I wasn't focused on grades. I was more so concerned with partying and getting girls and whatnot.
Yeah, you're 17.
I had talked to
Why not?
I had talked to the Army recruiter here and there, and I actually had to bribe or sweet talk 2 teachers into giving me a D- instead of an F, and they let me do a little bit of extra work, and I had to take one college course on the side. So I ended up getting that done, and I was pretty popular in my school. So all my friends are like, "Hey, are you gonna walk with us? Are you gonna graduate and everything?" So I really went. I remember this girl, Monica. She asked me that, and when she said that, it really clicked. Whoa, I gotta do something. I'm right now. No, I'm not gonna graduate with you. So I gotta kick it in high gear. So anyway, I graduated by the skin of my teeth, and I ended up partying away that summer, working construction and partying basically to buy cocaine and alcohol and partying my life away. And then finally one day I woke up and walked upstairs to my parents and said, "Hey, I think I'm going to call that recruiter back," because I was just going straight downhill and nothing was working in my life. And they sat up in their chairs because they were worried sick every day basically for me because I was just running wild. And so I called the recruiter and got everything set up, and
off you went.
Took off to Fort Knox. Well, I went to the MEPS station in Denver to do the processing and everything, and then ended up choosing to be a tanker on a M1A1 Abrams tank, and it looked like a pretty cool job. So I went to Fort Knox for basic training.
What year was that?
I went into basic training in 1999. It was February.
So 99, you spent a couple years into it. What happened at 9/11?
Oh, 9/11. Well, let's back up just a little bit. I went to Fort Knox, got the basic training knocked out and everything, came home for a little bit of leave, and then I chose to go to Fort Stewart, Georgia, which is the 3rd Infantry Division. mechanized, which means they have armored vehicles with their troops. Instead of, you hear infantry division, you think boots on the ground and everything. Well, it is boots on the ground, but it's Fort Stewart, it's mechanized. So you got armored vehicles, you got Bradleys, you got up armored Humvees, you got field artillery systems, and then of course you got my Abrams tank. Lots of them. So I didn't know what I was getting into, because it's the most rapidly deployed unit in the Army, and if something goes down, they're the ones that are getting sent.
But in '98, who would have thought that? Because we had 10 years of peace.
Yeah, exactly. So I actually did my first tour in Bosnia, and that was in 2000. And then I came home from that, and I deployed again in 2002 to Kuwait. And we knew that was a training mission for the potential to go to war in Iraq.
Yeah.
So basically, we spent 7 months in Kuwait doing force-on-force missions with tanks and various other systems, just getting ready to cross the border. And then, following that, we went home for about 40 days, and then we got the call, hey, yeah, we're going to invade Iraq. So they sent us immediately back. Fortunately, I was home long enough to see my second child be born during that time frame. But yeah, so then that put us in 2003. We invaded Iraq.
What was your longest stint over there?
My longest tour in Iraq was 15 months. That was my third tour. And we invaded in 2003. We had already been in Kuwait for about 7 months. So then we crossed the border, the Kuwait-Iraq border. It took us 21 days to go to Baghdad, which is a very fast military movement.
Yeah.
Even though it's about 500 miles when you're fighting.
The
time frame is completely different.
You're not talking about going down I-5.
Yeah, no. some of we traveled there, some cross country, and some on like what you would call their interstates, so to speak. They're bigger highways, and basically fought in every city and town on the way there. I mean, it was like a hot knife cutting through butter, but it was still.
Yeah, you run into some fucked up shit.
Yeah, we ran into some bad situations. We actually lost some people too. So, of course, later on, my second tour, which I went back again in 2005, and I spent a year there that time. And then we lost 26 guys from my battalion alone. So we took a lot of hits that time.
How many people are in a battalion?
A battalion, you're talking, just say roughly 1,000 people.
Gotcha.
So we lost about 1,000, maybe less, but we lost 26 people. And then my third tour, I went back in 2007, 2008, and I was there for 15 months that time. And we took some pretty bad hits that time. My second two tours, I was in a 5-ton, fully up-armored Humvee. Even though I was a tanker, the fight was different. It was a transition. It was close quarters, inner city fighting. In the streets fighting, building to building, kicking down a lot of doors.
All the shit you see in the movies that you're seeing coming out lately, that's the shit you were involved in.
Yeah, the stuff you see in the movies, especially, I haven't seen it yet, but just for the preview alone, if you see the movie Thank You for Your Service, that's going to be a very good depiction of the stuff that I was doing my second and third tour. I personally, me and my crew got hit 6 times that tour. We didn't lose anybody, had some very close calls, but it was nasty. It was rough stuff.
That's some, like, I have a couple friends that I've lost, since high school, but I was never in the military. I was like never in the Army, never in, whatever. There are times for me personally when something will trigger, and I'll think about that, and something will trigger, and I'll just absolutely have an immense memory of a friend of mine.
Right.
And shit, how many of those do you have? How many friends have you lost in that?
Well, that's another crazy aspect to it, because the third tour really hit me hard because I lost my closest friends in that time frame, and you could really, if you looked at my career, because I was a good soldier. I was a good leader. I was a good sergeant. I was a staff sergeant because I was a tank commander on an Abrams tank.
Yeah.
Or my truck. But I was in charge of soldiers. You know what I mean? I was a good leader. I was a strict leader, but I got stuff done. You know what I mean? And there was this one situation where two of my really close buddies got killed in a marketplace where they were just talking to